Hey guys, welcome to my pregnancy update. Whew. I am pregnant, that is for sure. I am definitely feeling 1000% pregnant in every sense of the word. I am pregnant. I'm fine. For some reason that reminded me of that scene with Ross when he's like talking really squeaky and then he's like, oh, I'm fine. Anyway, so let's see here. A lot to update you guys on today. I decided that in today's pregnancy update I would do the name reveal because I think I have finally set her name in stone, and literally I have put it in a little wood piece that I'm going to use to take a picture of her in the hospital and place it on her, you know what I mean? When she's all swaddled up in her cute little floral outfit that will be matching me, and then I'll put her little nameplate on her. So I already went ahead and ordered that because I know sometimes it can take a while for those to come in, although it came in pretty quickly. So that wasn't really a problem, and I thought, well, if I need to change her name, I can. It wasn't very expensive. It was like 20 bucks or something. But I don't think I'm going to. I did change Henry's name though, my second oldest. Sorry, I'm so snotty still. I changed his name like a week before my scheduled C-section, so you never know. But I kind of had a crisis and changed his name. But anyway, so I thought I would share that with you guys in this video. And then also I just thought I would share the lovely pregnancy symptoms that I'm experiencing. Maybe you guys can, commiserate with me. Maybe you're experiencing them as well. And then what else? I'm going to talk about my appointment. I had another doctor's appointment yesterday, so I'll talk a little bit about that. And I may talk about the nursery plans a little bit, although there's been a change of plans with that. So I think I might talk about that a little bit. So anyway, if you are new here, welcome. My name is Madison. I am a mom of 3 boys, ages 12, 4, almost 2 in June, and then I'm pregnant with my first baby girl, which if you haven't seen my gender reveal, you should check it out because I lost my mind. I was so excited to finally be getting the daughter that I've dreamed of my entire life. So anyway, that's a little bit about me. Of course, I am married as well. Not of course, you don't have to be married, but I am. And so yeah. So anyway, okay, first of all, let's get into how my appointment went yesterday. So it went pretty smoothly, I would say, for the most part. There was one thing that kind of annoyed me. But as far as her health goes, my baby girl's health, everything is looking good. I did mention to her because I'd seen the specialist, which if you haven't seen my last pregnancy update, check that out. If you want to get caught up, watch my last few pregnancy updates. But she said everything was looking great. She was really happy about that. I did mention to her how the specialist told me that the umbilical cord is on the side of the placenta, and that can cause the baby to not grow as big and stuff like that, but they will be monitoring her growth. And my doctor was like, oh, I'm not worried about that either, at all. So I like her confidence. That's something that I like about her. She puts me at ease a little bit in that way with some of the health scares we've had, and I like that kind of confidence. So I like that part about her bedside manner. There are some parts, which I'll talk about in a minute, that I'm kind of but that part is good. So that all went well. She measured my belly. The nurse listened to her heartbeat, and I think it was 144, something like that. So I think that's good. And then the doctor measured my belly, and she said I'm still measuring right on track. So that's good, because then that means she's hopefully still growing like she's supposed to be, and getting the nutrients she needs, even though her umbilical cord is on the side of the placenta. So that is very good. The thing that kind of annoyed me in the appointment is she did mention my weight again, which, okay, this is why it keeps coming up. It's funny because I have gained a ton of weight, too much weight in my last 2 pregnancies. My first pregnancy, I was very young, didn't gain much weight, but with my last 2 pregnancies, I've gained 60 pounds plus, which is way more. The doctor my doctor said it should be closer to 20, 25 for the entire pregnancy, which I've definitely already gained way more than that. I have gained like 40 pounds this entire pregnancy already. Yeah, it's lovely. But anyway, so the reason though it came up is we were talking about my nausea. I still have extreme nausea, like, I mean, not as extreme as the very beginning, but like I'm able to take, with my diclegis I'm on, I take 1 pill in the morning, 1 pill in the afternoon, and 2 before bed. And I'm able to not take my afternoon pill most of the time. If I kind of feel not that great, I'll take it. But most of the time I'm able to skip that pill. However, I was running out of my medicine. I thought, well, I'll try skipping the morning pill as well and just have the 2 at night. Nope, felt horrible that entire day until I was able to get my medicine again. I can tell already, since I have tried to get off of it, that the nausea is going to last most of this pregnancy, and I've just come to peace with that. Because that's what happened with my last pregnancy. Except for my last pregnancy, I did not have any medication, which was rough. So this medication has been a lifesaver. So the issue with my doctor is, and I knew it, she had never said this until yesterday, but she said that she never experienced nausea in her pregnancy, and I was like, there you go. I knew it. If you have not experienced pregnancy nausea, you just do not know anything about it. You do not know the suffering. Like, I have never felt so sick in my entire life, and it's for weeks and months on end that you feel this way. It is a horrible, horrible feeling. And so she looks at it in a very clinical way as a doctor, but she has never experienced it. Whereas when my doctor was out of town, I did see another doctor, and she actually said she had nausea and took diclegis or whatever when she was pregnant. And I felt like she just understood me more in that aspect with it. And I almost switched to her because of that. But my doctor has been very kind to me, and she's been a good doctor and everything, and she's very smart, I think. And so I'm going to stick with her. But it does, like, since the nausea is such a big part of my pregnancy, it does kind of bother me. So one thing she will say, though, is she'll be like, okay, well, let's check your weight. Like, make sure you haven't lost weight. And I'm like, honey, I already told you this. Like, I tell her this every appointment. I'm like, the nausea does not make me lose weight. I know that typically if people have like hyperemesis, you know, my sister, my oldest sister, she had hyperemesis with both of her babies, and she had to be like attached to an IV for a lot of the pregnancy. Like, she was like dying, you know, which is how you feel. You feel like dying, but she was kind of like actually dying without the IV and stuff. Whereas I just feel like I'm dying, but I still eat, because what I do is I throw up and then I eat. And when I eat, I'm not looking to have like a salad. I feel like death. I am looking for carbs and unhealthy things, and that's just like whatever I'm craving, whatever will comfort me while I am, like, during this pregnancy, I had 5 weeks of death until I started taking the full medication. So that's 5 weeks of feeling like you're just gonna die, and it's just horrible. Like, I told my 12-year-old that I feel like death, and he was like, oh, that's nice, Mom. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, I shouldn't say that to my kids, you know. Sometimes that was like a mom fail. I was like, oh man, that's probably too harsh of a word. It worries your kids. He doesn't get that I'm just being dramatic. But it is how you feel. So anyway, with me, I also feel worse when I'm hungry, and so I'll eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, because I cannot feel hungry at all, because I'll feel even worse. So during the 5 weeks of this pregnancy, I gained a ton of weight. Instead of losing weight, the nausea makes me gain weight. But then on top of that, one thing at least that she could kind of understand me on, she said she didn't have the nausea, but she did crave foods that she doesn't normally crave, like unhealthy foods, when she was pregnant. And she's like, it's probably the hormones or something. And I totally think that's true. It's a lot harder for me to not eat those unhealthy foods when I'm pregnant. And I just feel hungrier. Like, I just want to eat more. So anyway, do I think I need to get this weight under control? Yes. But do I think it's totally my fault that I've gained this much weight? No. I think that there are a lot of circumstances that lead me to doing this. But every pregnancy I lose the weight. So yeah, so I know I'll be able to lose it. It stinks though, and I didn't want to gain a ton of weight because it's not fun. losing weight is way less fun than gaining weight. But anyway, I am considering though doing like a challenge for myself where I cut out sugar for 30 days. Because honestly, if I cut out sugar and like bread, not all carbs, you know, I'm not looking to like go on some keto diet while I'm pregnant. I'm pretty sure oatmeal is a carb and I'm not like, oatmeal's good for me. I'm not stopping that. But like just bread and sugar, if I can stop that, I bet I would lose weight. And it's like, I'm not doing anything unhealthy. You know, you really shouldn't, I don't think it's good to lose weight when you're pregnant, but if it's just from not eating sugar or bread, probably a good thing. So I'm really considering that, doing like a 30-day challenge for myself, and then just kind of having the bread and the sugar in moderation, hopefully. That's the goal. But I don't know if I'll be able to do that 30-day challenge while I'm pregnant, or if I'll need to do it after the pregnancy. Anyway, so I went on and on about that, sorry. But so that's how my doctor's appointment went. For the most part, good. Got a little pregnancy hormonal with the doctor because I'm tired of reminding her that I do not lose weight when I'm nauseous. I gain it. Anyway, okay, so let's see. Okay, I'm going to talk about my symptoms for a minute. Don't worry, I'll tell you guys the name. Probably some of you have just fast forwarded and that's fine. But, so as far as symptoms go, every time I stand up, I have to pee. Every single time. Like if I stand up right now, I'd have to pee. And it's not just like a little bit, like I have to legit pee. And I think it's because she's really low, which is funny. The nurse told me yesterday that she seems to hear a lot more women that are having girls say that their babies are really low, which is interesting. I don't remember with my boys, honestly, but my husband did say that I said the same thing with Jack, my last baby. So maybe my babies are just low at this point. But when I feel her kick, she like kicks like my pelvis area or something. Like I can feel it and it's super weird feeling. And then I swear she's like on top of my bladder. And so every time I stand up, I have to pee, which is just like a sure sign of pregnancy. When you have to pee nonstop, then you are definitely in the throes of pregnancy. And that's the hard part too about me gaining so much weight, is I think that the symptoms are heavier. Like the fact that I feel so heavy and it's hard to move around is worse when I gain so much weight. So I'm not glad that I've gained this weight. I'm actually really sad about it, but I just also know I can't punish myself for it too much. I have to just keep moving and just keep going and know that I will lose it after the baby comes. So anyway, it is hard, like when I'm laying in bed, I have my pregnancy pillow, which I love. And then when I'm laying in bed and I have to like move over, like when I move over to my side or whatever, it is like so difficult. Like it hurts. Like I don't know if it's like around ligament pain or if it's my C-section area or what, but like kind of hurts down low when I move, when I'm laying down, like. And then of course my belly just feels so big and I'm not even in the 3rd trimester yet. So yeah, that's interesting. One thing though that I just kind of dawned on me is that at least the pregnancy dreams are basically gone for the most part. I still have some crazy dreams, but it's not like every single night, like 6 dreams in a night that are like, whoa, like you wake up and you're like, what did I just experience? Like that was some vivid, crazy stuff. Like some stuff that I'd be like ashamed or embarrassed to like tell anyone that I dreamed that. Like just really weird stuff. And it's just like, you know, 6 dreams after another. So I did kind of have like a nightmare last night. Like I was on the side of, this is like a nightmare I have a lot, where I'll be like on the side of a bridge, like on a road in a car, and it's like teetering back and forth. That's just, I don't know, it's a very scary dream that I have sometimes. It's probably from like stress or something. Who knows? I'm not a dream interpreter, but that's what I think. It's probably all stress and pregnancy hormones. But I think it's just not as, it's definitely not as bad as the 1st trimester. I was considering showing you guys some like baby purchases, but I think I'm just gonna do like a whole haul because I went crazy. I went to Bye Bye Baby. First of all, okay. since I'm finally having a girl, I don't know where, I've had 3 boys. I don't know where to buy girl clothes. And I've been really worried about the bows because I don't want, like, they grow up so fast and I don't want to miss that time where they'll actually wear a bow before they get to a certain age where they're just going to rip it off, you know what I mean? So I know that it just goes by so quickly, and so I just want to be prepared. I walked into Bye Bye Baby the other day. There was like this huge, like 2 huge racks of bows, like kind of like a jewelry rack where you spin it around, just like floor to ceiling almost. I mean, not to the ceiling, but very tall, filled with bows. And Bye Bye Baby has good stuff. Like, they have much cuter things than Babies R Us. So I won't get too into that because after this video, I'm going to film a baby girl haul, and I also got other things as well, not just bows, but I'm going to put that in the haul. So definitely subscribe and click the bell to be notified when I post new videos. If you don't click the bell, you don't really get notified as much when I post videos, so I definitely suggest doing that. But that will be my video after this, I believe. I also have been planning on doing a pregnant morning routine video, so that will be coming up soon as well. But anyway, very exciting. More girl stuff. I stopped. Like, I went crazy. If you haven't seen my first baby girl clothing haul, that was just clothing. Definitely go check it out. I was like losing my mind, so excited, because that was the first time I was able to buy anything for a girl. And it's just so exciting to me. So after that though, I stopped because I'm like, I don't want to spend too much money. I don't want to get too much stuff. But then I knew she needed bows and different things from Bye Bye Baby, so I kind of went crazy again. So that will be in a haul. But okay, let's see what else. Let's just talk about her name. I think that's what we'll finish out this video with. So I'm so excited to share her name with you guys. Like, sorry, my chapstick just fell to the ground. I always have chapstick with me at all times. So why am I gonna cry? This is so ridiculous. I mean, it's not ridiculous. I just am pregnant and hormonal, and I am a person who cries easily not pregnant. But pregnant, I definitely cry more easily. Like, at the drop of a hat, I can cry over like a commercial on TV or something. So anyway, but I especially this pregnancy, because I'm so emotional about finally getting a daughter. Any birth vlog or whatever, I know when she's born, I'm just gonna cry and tears of joy. So I've been having a lot of like tears of joy recently, very emotional tears. So that's how I feel about naming her and everything, because I've loved this name forever. So if you watched my baby names I love and might use video, I listed off like a ton of baby girl names that I love. And in that video, I said her name was probably in there, which it was. Her middle name was not though, but her first name was in there. Some of you guys gave me some suggestions of like a mixture between like a first and middle name with some of the names that I listed, which I thought was really cute and sweet of you guys, and I really liked some of y'all's ideas. But I think I have come to her name. So a name that I have loved forever is Charlotte. That is a name that I have just for so long. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing the first place that I heard it, but let's just be real. The first place I heard the name Charlotte was Sex and the City, that TV show. I remember being like, that's such a cute name for a girl. So that's not what she's not named after that show or that character at all. Like, no, she's not. Sorry, but I think that's the first place I heard it. So it's been a long, long time that I've liked this name. And even my best friend, my lifelong best friend, tries to act like she liked the name first, which kind of bothers me. But she had 2 boys around the same age as my 2 younger boys, and then she's done. So I'm like, well, you didn't get to use it. But anyway, so I love the name Charlotte for forever. But what I like even more than that, which I've liked for a really long time, is the nickname Charlie for Charlotte. And the way we will spell it, which I will show you guys, I bought a blanket because her first name has been pretty much set in stone since we found out she was a girl. So I got a blanket online that customized her name, and I think it's so pretty and so cute. And it was actually my mother-in-law's idea to spell it like this. So we're going to spell it Charleigh. And in cursive, which you guys will be seeing right now on the blanket, I think it's so pretty spelt that way in cursive. So I even considered just naming her Charlie, which you guys can let me know if you think I should do that, because I'm still on the fence about that. But I kind of like the idea of her having the name Charlotte, nicknamed Charlie, because then she has options. So she can kind of grow into herself as a person, and if she decides someday she prefers Charlotte, she can go by that, but we will call her Charlie from the beginning. So that is going to be her first name. I'm obsessed with that blanket. It's one of the first girl things I bought, and I cried when it came in the mail. Just love it. Love the way it's spelt. I really like the name Everly, and I've seen Everly spelt that way. But I love, like I talked about this in my baby names video, I love girl names that are meant for boys, you know, like more masculine names. But Charlie has that like Lee at the end of it, and so I think it still kind of sounds feminine as well. But I think it just is so cute to see a little girl named Charlie, or called Charlie. So very excited about that, and I don't think I will change it. Even though there are so many girl names I love, I think we're gonna stick with that one. Then when it came to her middle name, I went back and forth as to what I wanted to name her. And I say my husband has he's named our last two kids, honestly. Like, he named Jack. He came up with Jack. I liked it. I chose the middle name, which is actually Paul, which is my husband's middle name. So you'd think he would have chose it, but I actually did, because I thought it'd be cute for them to have the same initials, both JPH. So anyway, but my husband named him, and he also named Henry. Henry was going to be William. That was my name that I chose that we both agreed on. But then Jared liked Henry, and I kind of was on the fence about William because everyone was already calling him Will, and I didn't like that. So then we ended up going with Henry. So my husband has had his chance to name our kids. Of course, I named my oldest because, you know, I was a single mom. But anyway, so with this baby, it's finally a girl. He knows how much it means to me. So there are names, like, he doesn't really like the name Everly. So that was a name he kind of did nix. But so he does, you know, have to like the name, but he's allowed me basically free reign to name her for the most part. So he likes the name Charlotte, nicknamed Charlie, a lot. So anyway, with her middle name, I considered doing my name, like Madison. I considered doing my middle name, Nicole, because I just thought, since she means so much to me, it would be special to give her that middle name. But I don't love the way it sounds, or love those names in general for her. And then I considered giving her, which, sorry, I don't think she doesn't watch my videos, but I was considered my best friend. Her name is Rebecca. I considered naming her Charlotte Rebecca, or Charlie Rebecca, after my best friend, just because we went through so much together and everything in our lives. So I considered that. But then what I ended up landing on is going with something pretty. I decided that I thought about myself. I tried to put myself in her shoes. And I thought, yeah, it'd be nice to be named after my mom's best friend, or named after my mom, whatever. But I think as a little girl, when your name matters the most to you, as you get older, you're just like, this is my name, whatever, you know? But when you're younger, it kind of means something to you a little bit more, I feel like. And then when I was a little girl, I think I would have loved just a really pretty middle name. And so whose idea was it? So I think it's a typical middle name that people will use. So I had seen it and thought about it, but then actually my hairdresser mentioned it when I was trying to figure out a middle name, and that is Rose. So her name is going to be Charlotte Rose, or Charlie Rose, which I love. I just think it's beautiful, and I've really started seeing roses everywhere, or just flowers in general, and I just think that she is my flower, she is my rose, she is so special to me. All my kids are very special to me, of course. I shouldn't have to say that. But you know, she's my girl, she's my rose, and I just think it's really pretty, and she can have a bunch of rose blankets and different things like that. So Charlie Rose is going to be her name, and I'm obsessed with it. Hope you guys like it, but if you don't, you know, it doesn't really matter because I like it. My husband likes it, and that's the only two people on this earth that it matters. If, you know, because, you know, she doesn't really have a choice at this point. She can't tell us what she wants to be named, so we're going to name her. But I do take her into consideration. She's the main person that I take into consideration. I don't ever want to name my kids something that's super off the wall, weird, and hard to say, or I don't know. So yes, that is her name, and I'm just so glad to share it with you guys now, because now I feel like I can start saying it. I'll probably still call her baby girl sometimes, but I can start saying her name since I have officially shared it with you guys. Fingers crossed I don't change it, but of course I have the right to until she's born, so you never know. But okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. That really helps out my channel for like the algorithm, crazy algorithm on YouTube, and it means a lot to me to see, so I truly appreciate it. And then definitely subscribe if you haven't already, and click the bell to be notified when I post new videos. Got lots of fun videos coming out, and of course there will be a birth vlog and newborn videos and all that. So, and something's happening out there, so I better go. Bye guys.